This is a second new moon in Virgo. So the Virgo Pisces axis is really, really aspected right now. I'll get into all of the astrology, but it's very rare to have two new moons in the same sign, and even more rare for one of them to be an eclipse. Yeah, and even more rare for it to be within 24 hours of the equinox. So it's just very rare, to say the least. Okay, so we won't be able to actually see the eclipse, but we're feeling it greatly. Mm-hmm. Sure you are. And it's kind of an odd new moon eclipse because new moons are all about the future and your intentions for the future. This is closing out that full moon lunar eclipse that we had in Pisces. So it's really, this one is more letting go, and then tomorrow really focusing on those intentions that you want to implement. So not to think that you can't put those intentions in place, but we're going to go through release, which is why I have like release. Sophie has a whole arsenal here, 52 oils. But we're going to go through like the release energy so you can bring in the new. And I said this on the 999 portal. It's like the bottom of the pan, you know, like the bottom of the pan after you've done a big dinner and it's all like crusted and scraping and it's burnt on there and you can't get it off. That's what you're letting go of. That gunk that's still there. And Virgo's all about your routines. It's about patterns, what you're used to. You know, like a Virgo is like, I have to have this here and this here and this has to be here. This can't be here. It has to be here, or I can't get it done. It's not organized enough. So you're letting go of that, and you're coming into what is your new routine. What is the new pattern that you can put in place that's a healthier pattern for you? Because this is the health axis. And I have a friend who she is online with us and she's like, I know I need to go to the gym. I just need to go to the gym. I just can't face going to the gym. And she goes, what should I do? Just start? And I'm like, yes, just start. Remember the sutra, one of the sutras of the Aquarian age is you just start and the pressure will be off. And then I got a text back. She was miserable at the gym. And she said, I'd much rather be hiking, be out in nature, be connecting with people. And I go, do that. That is still a workout. So in the perception of, I have to go to the gym, I have to go to the gym, I have to work out, that's not the only place you can work out. It's like feeling into what is that better energy for me, because that gym and that pressure of the gym and everybody flexing and whatever goes on there, I don't know anymore. It's been like so long since I go to the gym. But that whole societal pressure, that doesn't work for her anymore. So there's so many other ways you can work out. There's so many other things to do. I mean, do these Kriyas. It's a workout. So it's feeling into that and not disregarding your feelings, not disregarding the energy that you feel, like embracing, this is how I feel, and moving in that direction. Because it's always, you're to move in the direction of the feel good. Find the feel good. And that sounds selfish and wrong, but it's not. Find the direction of the feel good. And if you say, okay, this is my new pattern, I'm going to do this, and it feels icky to you, that's not your new pattern. Okay? So, what happens within this next 24 hours is we reach this 0 point. So the solstices and the equinoxes are these 0 points, and it's a reset. And the 0 point, somebody told me the other day, they're like, I've never heard that. And then I explained 0 point. You get to that point of no thought. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to go anywhere. The thoughts aren't coming in. The thoughts aren't going out. You're just balanced. She goes, I've never been there. I'm like, okay. You can get there with breath. Just breath. You don't have to do anything specific. Get there with a breathing practice. Most breath work will get you to 0 point. Even if it's breath of fire and you're energized, it's still going to bring you to a 0 point. So we're going to do a little bit of breath today, and then Olivia's going to play the bowls while we breathe. Yay. So we're really harnessing that 0 point energy, and then you can make that new leap into the future. Highest potential, that is you. And I hear people saying that, like ominous feeling, you know, like that it's not really, they're not really looking forward to the future, right? But we have to make a new future. So this is all about clearing grief. So you're going to be working with your grief today and clearing that. As we go into the new season, it's lungs. And this is a grief meridian. Heart, and then the lungs. This whole area is where you hold the grief. High heart to here. So the lungs are represented by the planet Saturn. And Saturn is retrograde and it went back into Pisces. What is Pisces? Let it go. Release. It's very spiritual. And Saturn is your karma. So we'll be working a lot to release karma today. Again, and then we step into the new. So we're releasing that bottom of the barrel. Remember, we're still in the 9-year. This is the height of the 9-year energy, right? It really, in numerology, really starts to hit in September. And September has not been easy. And it is your grief, to say the least, right? And it's collective grief, right? Collective grief of how our society is and how people can still be calling for war and how people can still be killing each other. And are we not there yet? Do we not get it that doesn't work and has never worked? It's never worked. So collectively, we need to come to something new. So we're feeling the collective grief, and then that amplifies our grief. And the collective is always going to amplify something in you to let go of, right? So, for instance, the assassination that just happened will bring up something different in me than it will bring up in Sophie, than it will bring up in Rachel. It brings up an unhealed aspect of you. And then you have to say, okay, what is that? What is that unhealed aspect of me? Oh, this reminds me of that. This reminds me of that. And things will keep coming up. I had a crazy thing come up again. I hadn't even remembered. I remembered like being in college and in this apartment, and I didn't like everybody else in the whole apartment complex. And I always felt yuck. And I was like, I just don't like this energy here. I think I'm just going to move back home. Well, you can't go back. But then I met Tony. And everything felt yum from then on. But I had to feel the yuck of, this isn't it. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And then find the yum. And one way to find the yum is to be in joy. Enjoy yourself.